Shalom, y'all. Why is it that what Yahuwah puts here naturally to heal us is deemed poisonous or drugs by this world? And some of the things are so much drilled in us that even people in Yah's truth would believe some of these things are drugs. So I've been in the medical field for about 10 years, and I've had to take medical terminology. And medical terminology are a bunch of Latin, ancient Latin, and ancient Greek prefix and suffixes that are put together, and it creates a word which is used in healthcare to describe like conditions, procedures, and things like that, right? A specialized language used in the healthcare field to describe and communicate medical concepts, procedures, and conditions. But they're all Greek or Latin. So, for example, you got words like cardiology. Cardi referring to heart. Ology referring to the study of, which would be the study of the heart, or right here, hema meaning blood, ology, meaning the study of, hematology, the study of the blood. Cardiomyopathy, cardio, heart, myo, muscle, pathy, disease of the heart muscle. So this is a list of the medical roots, suffixes, and prefixes. Now, I'm looking for a specific word here, but a lot of people don't understand what it is that their doctors are saying, prescribing chemo, drug. And as you see, they're all Greek or Latin, right? So what did it for me was when I learned where the word pharmacy came from. And pharmacy, we know this is where we get our medications, our drugs, right? Pharmacy derives from the Greek word pharmakia, and it's going to show you here. See, here I'm looking for the word ology, finding out it ain't there. So I'm going to just keep on scrolling. But pharmacy means witchcraft, and it's going to show here. Mind you, this is just a list of medical terminology, medical words, prefixes, suffixes, and root words. Right? Pharmacology, this is the study of drugs or medication. No, it's the study of witchcraft. So when you look at things like that, and then you look at people going through mental issues, right? A lot of times they'll go to a therapist, go to a psychologist, go to a psychiatrist. Again, ology, the study of. Psych. We know that psych is referring to like your mind, right? It's way more deeper than that. Psych, pertaining to the mind, breath, life, soul. Psychology, the study of the soul or the mind. Genesis 2:7, and Yahuwah Elohim formed man out of the dust from the ground and breathed into his nostrils breath of life. And man became a living being. Being, soul, life, mind. Back to psych, pertaining to your mind, breath, life, soul. So I don't know about y'all, but I don't want Satan kids nowhere near that. So when you're having mental issues, anxiety, depression, things like that, you're told to go talk to a therapist. Now, personal experience. I have been to plenty of therapists for anxiety, depression, things like that. And at the time, being a heavy cannabis user, I was always told when starting a new psych medication to stop smoking marijuana. And I did. I tried it. And I was always wanting to myself or run away or do, make these very impulse decisions. Or on the other end, I was just stuck. I like non-functional. And I'm a mom. can't be non-functional as a mom. So that takes me to the controversial topic, marijuana. Now, I'm writing this book. It's called The Path to Yahuwah's Medicine. It'll be completely free. In it, I am highlighting a lot of the information that I just shared, a lot of historical information of the medical field, and a lot of misconceptions. How is it the world deemed a drug, what y'all put here for things like anxiety and depression? But at the same time, a lot of people will go to their doctors to get a prescription, to go to the pharmacy. That's actual witchcraft. And then the world has a lot of people believing herbalists are witches, which is wild because herbalists literally use the leaves that Yah gave as healing. And he said it. Ezekiel 47:12. We're going to start here. They bear fruit every month because their water flows from the set apart place, and their fruit shall be for food and their leaves for healing. Genesis 1:29. And Elohim says, see, I have given you every plant that yields seed, which is on the face of all the earth, and every tree whose fruit yields seed, to you is for food. Now, like I said, this is a very controversial topic. A lot of people believe the use of herbs is drug use, and I understand. The world taught us this way. But in scripture where it says be sober and vigilant, because a lot of people uses that verse to say, oh no, you're still supposed to be sober, which I completely 100% agree. But to be sober is to be self-controlled and to be watchful, to abstain from wine. Don't get drunk. I'm saying all of this to say, in order to get back to Yahuwah's ways, let's get back to his ways in literally everything. And that includes your health. Turning your back on the witchcraft, the sorcery that they call medicine, that they call healing, because it's all sorcery. They're trying to play the creator by thinking that they can heal when they cannot, and it's not in their hands. They literally consult witches. They are witches. It's literal sorcery, and I've shown you. And this is my first video that I made about this, and it definitely won't be my last. Like I said, I am writing an ebook called Path to Yahuwah's Medicine. A lot of this, all of this, and more is covered in there. And like I said, it will be completely for free when I am done with it. But it's essential that we go back to Yah's way of everything. That's Yah's way of eating, Yah's way of learning, Yah's way of healing. Every way, it's essential we get back to his ways. And that includes throwing away anything that we were taught in this world. I, for one, refuse to call any herb or substance that can be grown from seed and used straight off like that. I refuse to call it a drug because it's not. It has medicinal properties, especially marijuana. Marijuana has cancer killing properties. Like I said before, it's good for people with seizures, eyesight issues, people who are using those like chemotherapy and stuff like that and have nausea issues. Helps with that too. It helps with pain, muscle tension, and weakness. But just like every herb, every drug, too much is a problem. And just like every herb, like with poppy seeds, I use poppy seeds for pain. That's natural morphine. You have to use it with moderation because any herb, any too much of something that can alter the way you feel can become addicting. I mean, it's just wild to me that people call what can be grown from seed a drug, but then go to sorcerers to get prescribed medication, and the pharmacist is a doggone witch. So I'm just saying. But I know a lot of people won't agree with me, but I'm not here to be agreed with. Shalom.